What's up, dudes? I got a new transmission in. I just wrote it down. So this is on an old message. The black is an old message. And then the green is what I just did over it today. So update. Everybody is going to realize those mean girls knew exactly what they were doing. And then the message from before. Those bitches ruined everything on purpose. Emperor is extra pissed off. Guess who's getting fired? So, I'm a professional artist. I've done all sorts of collaborations with galleries, boutiques, museums, across the world. I've done collaborations with musicians. I'm going to make it real clear that this is not about Lady Gaga. One of my octopus bracelets was used in a Lady Gaga. Let me find it here. A Lady Gaga documentary on MTV called Inside the Outside. So I have built a pretty good artistic resume for myself. I've been highlighted, invited out to the Walker Art Center. They approached me numerous times to highlight Minnesota's creativity. The Walker Art Center is the most visited modern art museum in the United States, and it's located here in the Twin Cities. So here's my resume. I'll put my resume in the comment section here. So here's a thing the Walker Art Center did on me. There's the octopus bracelet. Here's the Lady Gaga. Now don't blink or you'll miss it. Beauty is where you find it. See it right there? So I want to make, and this was like kind of a dreamscape I hear. It's a part in the documentary where she's remembering being in a boutique, singing, and getting people's attention. So I have done all sorts of collaborations. And I have found some success with my career. I'm very thankful. There's some that I turned off the money faucet. Yeah, why did I turn off the money faucet? So I just really want to preface, this has nothing to do with Lady Gaga. This is another merch collaboration. So listen up. Knowledge is the key to freedom. Those bitches took advantage of the autistic woman one too many times. And so I worked out a collab thing with an artist. I'm looking for, hold on. I'll just pop pictures and show about doing a merch collaboration. And, once again, I love how you smell. This keeps ending up in this deck when I clean up and put it away. And the artist negotiated a 50-50 split with me. So I was going to create a merch item for this person, which I've done for lots of different people. And we were going to do a 50-50 split on it. And it worked out great. Until they raised the price at their shows without telling me. And still only paid me the old price. That's not a 50-50 split. That's starting to rip someone off. And then their assistant called me. Did not call me. Okay, somebody might be calling someone. Then their assistant said, Molly, we need another 100 units. It was something like this. We need another 100 units. Okay. And I said, all right, well, colleagues, that to this day, I've made that person like $12,000. Let's just sit in that. I see there's a sold out show. I'll bring that order to the show. So you can turn around and flip them at the show. How would I do that? How much would it cost to get also to get into the green room to talk to the artist about, let's hear it for how much money we've made. What does the assistant say? Quote, that artist's time is priceless, so it will cost $50 for you to get in the green room of First Avenue. Which, take note, I grew up at First Avenue pretty much. I used to work for a record store. These girls are younger than me. I have never paid once to get into the green room. But they were going to give me a VIP experience for $50 for me and my friend. But since the show is sold out, I hear so is sold out. A shoal might mean something, or a shawl. Since the show was sold out, the assistant informed me it'll cost me $60 for me and my friend to get on the guest list. Yeah, does the club know that these people sell guest list spots? So I had to give $60 worth of free merchandise, plus another $50 worth of free merchandise, to get through the door of the club to drop off their 100 units. There was a whole bunch of hurry up and wait. I'm very, very busy. A clipboard might mean something. Text me when you get here. Hurry up and wait. I'm very busy. Okay. Yeah, I don't feel extra special paying $60 to get on the guest list. And I've been on the guest list before. I have never heard of anyone charging someone to get on the guest list. And I'm pretty sure the club is not down with that. This is how far these bitches take it. And then there was a whole bunch of playing school. No, we play school. No, they're the superintendent, I'm the teacher, and you're the dunce. So I texted the assistant holding the order. We're here. Hi. Very busy. Very busy. I will walk you to the merch table now, and we can drop this off. Okay? Now I will walk you to the green room for your VIP experience. You do realize I'm like a colleague, right? Walk to the green room, which I've been in more than both of these two buffoons. This is the brat who pees in the pool. This is somebody who ruins your party, so you kick them out, and on the way out, they pee in your pool. Wait here. Wait here. So, if you know First Avenue nightclub, there's usually a person, an employee that sits on a stool in front of the green room so people don't just like run into there. Wait here. Off they go. I forgot your wristbands. Okay. They take off. The employee, which I know a lot of people who work at First Avenue, but I didn't know this employee, who is clearly an empath, and absolutely, I would bet everything that this person remembers this happening, because it was so freaking awkward, and clearly these bitches were playing school with everyone? School means I boss you around, and then they boss me around, and we all pretend we're very important. So the assistant took off to go get 2 wristbands, and the employee sitting there looked at me and had secondhand embarrassment and said, "I'm sorry this is happening to you." I said, "It's okay, man, you're just doing your job." And we just stood there and waited. Her assistant comes back with 2 wristbands, for sure, clipped under the clipboard. Their clipboard is their own entity, apparently. "Put your wristbands on. Now step 3 steps into the green room and tell the artist I'm doing a very good job." Three steps into the green room, which I've been in collectively more than these 2 combined, and have never paid. But Spirit wants to see how far these bitches will take it. So I walk into the green room, keeping in mind I have made this artist like around 12,000. I keep hearing in my mind's eye, including myself, 12,000. The artist looked terrified. It was a full house, sold out show. So I walked in and said, "Let's hear it for the money we made. Your assistant is doing a really good job." I spent 5 minutes in there, took some pictures, told the person how the money I made was going to help my Spectrum-y daughter. We were using that money towards horse lessons at the time to help her with social skills. I was in the green room for 5 to 7 minutes after paying $110 worth of product to get through the door and into the green room to deliver the product to them. Yeah. Then when we left, I said to the assistant, "Hey, assistant, now if you are local and you know how First Avenue works, you know there's quite a bit of space between the green room and the stage. Now keep in mind, I have already realized that they upped the price from $20 to $25, but are still only paying me $10 per unit. Even though the artist themselves negotiated a 50-50 split. The layers of getting taken advantage of keep going and going. Now keep in mind, I had to pay $110 worth of product at $10 per unit rather than $12.50 I was supposed to be getting paid. Who knows how long they've been ripping me off. So on the way out, I said, "Hey, assistant, is there any way, it's a full house here, is there any way my friend and I can just stand over off to the side for the show?" No. We have some children coming through and we have to keep it completely clear. Completely clear. Jump roping might mean something. No. Go upstairs, Molly. Your experience is over. Yeah, these stuck-up bitches take turns sucking off each other's ego dicks, apparently, while playing school. So we watched the show. The kids' performance is adorable at the halftime. After that, yeah, half the club left, including my friend, who said, "Can we go? I gotta work in the morning." Yeah. It wasn't what everybody was expecting. It was a lot of power posing and harps and shit. Some egos have gotten out of control. Then the next, and then shortly after that, assistant contacts me again. Hi! I'm going on tour. And I just realized I need more necklaces. Oh, you're going on tour, assistant? Going up to North Dakota? What, your next leg of the tour? We need another 100 units. No rush, but we need them by the end of the month. So what do? Spirit says, Molly, these mean girls are not taking advantage of you anymore. Yeah. And at the merch table, there was a sign that said, made by local artist Molly Spillane. Those mean girls are no longer taking advantage of you. You are turning off the money faucet. So, Spirit said, do not reply to that message. Instead, reply in today's Starseed transmissions, the comment section of that day's message. And I did. And the transmissions all came out. It said, listen up, you mean girls, something like this. She declines the request. She doesn't want to John Henry out that stuck-up mean girl's name only to get taken advantage of $2.50 per unit and then treated so disrespectfully while you're too busy playing school. Place your bids. Place your bids. Do you think those girls are paying attention to what I do? Place your bids. Do you think these don't you know who I am can follow directions to look in the Starseed transmissions? Place your bets. All bets closed. Yeah, a few days later. Hi, me again. No rush, but we do need another 100 units. No, they don't pay attention. So I respond back again in the Starseed transmissions, like Spirit wants. Listen up. She don't want to John Henry that person's name out anymore. Each order is 500 strikes of the hammer, only to get, and that's if every strike is perfect, and of course it isn't. Plus, this artist always gets 2 for free because they're them and they complain. And last time they were shit-faced and counted out the order, there was one missing. But then they found it later. But they still now get 2 free every time, so they don't complain. Yeah, somebody might got an alcohol problem. Somebody might like trading a shot of whiskey for an MRI. Anyone? Shot of whiskey? Will you be the mule? Yeah, well, rules don't apply to me. I'm too cheap to pay for an extra suitcase, so put all my merch in your suitcase, even though airline rules say never mule anybody's stuff. Do you know matchbooks are illegal to fly with? This is the level of gross that this has gotten to. Yeah. Do you know how much bad karma there is when you monetarily rip off a high priestess, let alone the supreme empress, and play school with her and put a dunce hat on her? So I responded back in that day's transmissions. Once again, no. The money faucet has been turned off for you, ungrateful mean girls. You are not taking advantage of the autistic girl any longer. These bitches knew exactly what they were doing the whole time. They've been fleecing the shit out of me the whole time. And for the record, I will never, ever, 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 ever John Henry that mean girl's name again, only to get ripped off when they know they're ripping me off. So that's why I turned off the money faucet. So I didn't hear back from the assistant after that. They got a new merch person that they're collaborating with. Yeah, good luck to that person. There's the story. There's the truth. There's what happened.